Hey guys, what's up? It's Gatkid here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Paleozoic mekk-knight deck. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a deck profile. We're going to be testing it against a bot, and then we're going to see how well it does against an actual person. So let's get straight on to the deck profile. So to start off, we have 2 copies of mekk-knight Indigo Eclipse. All mekk-knights share the ability where if 2 monsters are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand. Mekk-knight Eclipse lets you, so if it's special summoned, you can target one mekk-knight monster on the field and switch spots. So basically, if you summon that in a column and then you target itself to switch a spot, you could summon another mekk-knight monster, which is really good. On the other, and it lets you special summon more mekk-knight monsters, which can also get to your cards easier. Then you run mekk-knight Purple Nightfall, which basically says you can banish this card. Quick effect: you can target one mekk-knight monster you control, banish it until the standby phase of your next turn. And then once you do, and if you do, add one mekk-knight card from monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Purple Nightfall once per turn. So it's really good because it mills it out, but then you get it back to special summon it. So next you kind of just run the other copies of cards. Like I like these 2 for defending. So I have Red Moon and I have Orange Sunset. They don't really do anything, but they're just good for defending. Next, you run your 3 Blue Sky. Blue Sky says if 2 or more cards are in the same column, you special this card from your hand, and in that column you can only special summon mekk-knight Blue Sky once per turn this way. This card is normal special summon. You can add one mekk-knight monster with a different name, except mekk-knight Blue Sky from your deck to your hand, equal to the number of opponent's cards in their column. You can only use the effect of mekk-knight Blue Sky once per turn. Blue Sky is one of the main cards that you want because you can normal summon if you want to, but it's better to special summon. Then for the rest of the just basic monsters, you run 3 World Crownly because it's good because you do run a lot of link monsters. So next for the spells, we're going to go into our Extravagance. The reason we do run Extravagance, I know like I just said about the link monsters, there's a lot, but you don't really use the extra deck. Like you can, but you don't really use it. So there's no point of having it. So you don't have to run the Extravagance, but I do personally like the Extravagance in my deck. Then you play an Upstart Goblin because 40 cards. Next you play World Legacy Memory, which lets you special summon one mekk-knight monster from your deck in defense position, and then on end phase it returns to your hand, which lets you mill out your deck a little bit. Now, you can search this with your copy of Morningstar, so it is very good with memory. Memory is very good. Then you run a bunch of Paleozoic monsters, so you run 2 Canada, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's target when face a monster on the target when face a monster your opponent controls, change it to face down defense position. These are cards, the Paleozoics are really good because they also go into attack mode. If you wanted to take out a couple of the Paleozoics and a couple of the mekk-knights and wanted to play Paleozoic mekk-knight Frog, you could, but I don't think it's the best thing to do. The Frog just seems a little bit too much, so you just want to run the mekk-knights and the Paleozoic. Next you run 2 Dynamiscus, which says target 1 card on the field, discard 1 card, and if you do, banish it. Which is very good in this deck because if they're playing like Dragoon, well actually Dragoon can't be targeted. Let's say they're playing Access Code, and they summon it, you can just flip this and you can just flip that and it will be destroyed. Plus then in the grave, all of these share the effect too, where if they're in grave and you activate a trap card, you can special summon this card and they all have 1200 attack. Next you play 1 Hallucigena, which says target when face a monster on the field, its attack and defense becomes half, which is good if they're playing with Access Code, or if they're playing with like Dragoon, I guess. A lot of times they'll destroy your monster, or like Boral Sword. It's just really good, especially with the cards that gain a lot of attack. So, yeah. And then you play 2 Lean Colia, which is target one banished card, return them to the grave. And the reason that this card is really good in the deck, you can run 3 if you want to and drop either this or this, but the reason I run 2 is because I like having these 2 cards in my deck. But what this card basically does is so every single time a Paleozoic monster is destroyed, it gets banished. So this card lets you bring them back so you can get more monsters, which is really good. It lets you get more monsters, and then you can just keep on summoning over and over again. That's why it might be good to run 3 if you want to get rid of this and this, but I do like running 2. Next, you run the Malara, which is send one trap card from the deck to the grave, which will let you, if you send a trap card from the deck to the grave, then you can special summon the monster. That's why I like this, and that's why I like this. That's why I keep them. But you don't have to play them. You can, but it's not like a big difference if you don't play them. Next, you run the Olan ODs, which is target one trap on the field, destroy it. And if you do that, again, you can special summon the monster. This card is really good. If you do want to run it, I guess you could play 3, but I feel like 2 is best, especially when you're playing the mekk-knight ratios. 2 just works out better. Next, for the hand traps, you run 3 Imperm, because Imperm, since you are playing a trap build, Imperm is good. Then you run the 2 Phantasmes, because a lot of people are playing like Ignisters or Salads, or just everybody link summons now, so Phantasme is very good. Also, I did consider putting this in the side deck and putting the Gamma Seals in the deck, but I didn't want to play more than 1 or more than 2 Phantasme, and it's another card too where you can side out, but it's one of those cards where you don't want it to show up all the time, but you want it to show up, so that's why you run 2. Then you run Ash Blossom, because Ash Blossom is the best hand trap in the game. Next, you run 3 Nibiru, because Nibiru is good if you are playing against like Salads, Marincess, any Pendulum deck which just came out. Again, you could put this in the side deck for the Gamma Seals, but I do just like having some Nibirus just out into the field. Next, we're going to go on to the extra decks. We'll start off with the Xyz monsters. We run Zeus. Zeus is amazing for any Xyz deck. Next, you run a Paleozoic and a Malorcaris, and you run 2 of them, which says this card is unaffected by other monster effects. Once per turn, you could, if a trap card is sent from the spawn trap card zone to the graveyard, except during the damage step, activate the top card of your deck, and if it is a trap card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard, which means if it's not a trap, then, I mean, it doesn't really matter. This card just lets you, like, mill it out. But if this card, if it is a trap, send it to the graveyard. Otherwise, once per turn during the play turn, you can, if this card has a trap card as an Xyz material, you can detach 1 card from this. You could detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Which is very good. It just pops your opponent, and that's the main part of this deck. You kind of want to board wipe your opponent and then just attack them. Next, you run Opabenia, so target 1 trap card, or this card is unaffected by other spell card effects. You can activate 1 Paleozoic trap from your hand. This card has a trap card as Xyz material. You can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, add 1 Paleozoic trap from your deck to your hand, or activate from your deck to your activate Paleozoic traps from your hand if this card. Okay, so this card lets you activate them from your hand, which is very good. Again, you don't have to set them, so if you wanted to, summon this, and then once you're done with it, go into Zeus. Basically, the best thing to do in this deck. Then you run, for some Link monsters, you run Appaloosa, mekk-knight Crusadia, Avermax, IP. Then you run the 2 Nightmare Cerberus and Nightmare Phoenix, because this lets you pop, and then this lets you pop a spell. Then you run 2 Morningstar, because it lets you search out your crown and your memory. Then you run a Mistar Boy, because the Paleozoics, you want to gain some stuff. Then you run a Cambrostar, which says unaffected by other card effects. You can only use each effect of the following once per turn. You can target and set a card in your spell and trap card zone, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, 7 Paleozoics directly from the deck, which will let you, if you do that, then you can activate it straight away, plus you get to special summon. So, like, if I wanted to send this to grave, and then I wanted to set the Dynamiscus, I could activate the Dynamiscus and then special summon this, And then if I had any other ones in the grave, it would start up a whole combo and it would swarm the field. Then you just run a Link Karibo. I needed an extra spot for the extra deck. I didn't want to run 14. I feel like Link Karibo was the best decision. If you don't want to run that, you can play 2 of these. Or you could summon like Swamp Frog, I guess, for some negates. But that's it for the deck profile. Make sure to like, the side deck. Then we have Gamma Seal, 3 Gamma Seal, 3 Droll, 3 Droplet, and then 3 Judgment, 3 Strike. So now we're gonna go on to the duel against the AI. Alright guys, this is the duel against the bot, the AI, so they're gonna be playing Ignisters. So they're gonna go into the Link Karibo, like the Ideal Reborn, go into that. Balancer Lord, go into Splash Mage. Balancer Lord, special summon with Splash Mage effect. Go into the Dark Templar. Okay, so we're gonna set. We got combos. We're gonna set this. Special summon out this and attack. We're gonna use its effect to target this, and we're going to move it right there. Next we're going to special summon this. Yeah. And then we're going to use the effect Purple Nightfall, banish that. To add our Orange Sunset to hand. Then set that, move towards battle phase, attack that. Main phase 2, and then end phase. Yeah, so we're gonna chain on that, this to target that, return to grave, and then no, we're actually not going to do that. Special summon, target that, go there, and then I'm gonna discard that. No. No. We're gonna banish itself. And then no, we're gonna cancel out that to add our Indigo to hand. Okay, it's their main phase 1. They're gonna normal summon out the Ignister effect. We're gonna use this to pop that. And then we're also gonna use this effect to special summon in defense. And then we're going to discard the blue sky. They're gonna move towards end phase, redraw, activate the effect of purple, and then during standby phase, effect, banish itself, and then we'll add our blue sky to hand. We're gonna set the imperm, and then we're going to normal summon out the blue sky, battle phase, and then we're gonna attack. This deck actually works out really good, and it's very surprising. Okay, so then we're gonna move towards our end phase and end our turn. It's really, okay, so they're gonna, on normal summon, no, we're not gonna get negate. Okay, they're gonna link summon. No, when can we special summon these? Okay. Yeah, well then we'll activate the imperm to negate that, and then we're gonna chain that to special summon, and how much should I have? 500, yeah, we'll special summon an attack. End phase, okay. Okay, we drew Nib. So we're gonna normal summon out that, but not use its effect. Nope. Activate effect. Banish the blue sky. To add indigo to the hand. Special summon out this. Effect of the blue sky. Discard that. Or not blue sky. Add memory to hand. Effect, activate memory. To special summon out this. Battle phase. Attack for 1600. Mid phase 2. End phase. Okay. It's 1, 2. Yes, we do run extravagance in this build because we don't really care about the extra deck. So we're gonna activate the extravagance. Banish 6. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Okay, that wasn't bad. We still have plays. Okay, special summon this to where link monster points to. And we're gonna special summon out this and attack. And use its effect to move itself. Now we're gonna special summon out the purple. And then we're gonna activate this effect to banish. Wait, yeah, we'll banish the blue sky. Then we'll add this to hand. Okay, battle phase. Attack that. And attack that for game. Alright guys, next we're gonna go see if we can actually win a duel. Alright guys, we just beat the AI, so now we're actually gonna see if we can win a duel. So we're gonna go second. Even though you do run a lot of traps in this deck, it's still good to go second because you don't know what they're playing. So we actually start off with a really good hand. We start out with the Nibiru, so I think we actually have some plays. But let's see, they set one. I don't know what they're playing, but if you guys like this, make sure to hit the like button. Also, just remember, if you guys want me to say any deck profiles or do any deck profiles, combo videos, or whatnot, make sure to comment down below which ones you want me to do, and I can totally do them. Okay, so they're gonna set one. They might be testing a deck, so they might be reading it, but I don't know. Okay, they're gonna set one. And pass. So we're gonna draw into the purple. So we're gonna special summon this first. And then use the effect. Target that. Move it here. And we're gonna special summon, what the heck? Special summon out this. We'll go here. Special summon out that. Effective Morning Star. Discard the Eclipse. Add this to hand. Effective Memory. And then we're just gonna end our turn. I know we could have attacked, but the attacking wasn't the best decision, especially because we don't know. Because I'm guessing right now what they're playing, because they just set one and set one. Okay, playing for hires. Yeah, let's just shut down this whole middle row. Okay, so during my phase, use pressure for higher from their hand. Oh, they're playing for higher resignators, I think. Back to the front. So right now that's 4. Come on, summon another monster. Okay, 5. Okay, they're probably thinking right now, seeing if they can do anything. We haven't drawn any paleo yet, so let's see what we've drawn to. Okay, so we just, oh wait. Yep, we'll special summon that and attack. And then we will... Okay. Move towards battle phase. Attack the resonator. We're gonna attack that. Okay. Mid phase 2. End phase. We're gonna discard that. I just want to get this in the grave. Well, I guess I surrendered, so I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Again, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please help us with making that happen. Bye!